GTA Online really has lost its soul. What started as a chaotic creative playground has slowly turned into a toxic, grind-heavy mess I don't even want to play anymore. And if you've been playing it for a while, the chances are you felt it too. In this video, I'm breaking down how Rockstar lost its way, why single-player fans feel forgotten, and what GTA Online really has become over the years. And if you've ever felt burned out by this game, stick around, I think you might relate. To really understand how far GTA Online has fallen, you've got to go back to the beginning where things were entirely different. The early days in 2013 was a completely different experience. Grinding missions to finally get that 500k apartment and buying the adder, amongst other realistic purchases, never felt impossible or a chore. Everything felt fresh, progress actually meant something, earning cash wasn't such a horrendous grind, and I wasn't getting lit up faster than a crackhead's pipe. Honestly, it actually felt like GTA. It built upon GTA 4 Online in all the right ways, without moving away from what made these games truly great. But somewhere along the way, something changed. And I know I'm not the only one who's felt that. A lot of long-time players have grown to hate what GTA Online has turned into. And I can't remember the last time I've actually wanted to play it. So what the hell happens? Well, let's start with something that still pisses me off to this day and seems to have been forgotten about, and that is the story mode DLCs. GTA 4 has some of the most iconic DLCs we've ever seen, such as the Lost and Damned and Ballad of Gay Tony. I played the dog out of these, so when Rockstar confirmed that GTA 5 would be getting story mode DLCs, myself and most fans had their dick in their hand and couldn't wait. And many years later, it was revealed in the 2022 source code leak that Rockstar actually had 8 single-player DLCs planned. 8! Christ. An Agent Trevor DLC, an Alien Invasion storyline, and even a full Liberty City expansion, which is probably why Rockstar got the right hump when that Liberty City mod got released. So where in the Pete's sakes are these DLCs? Well, they are royally and utterly canned. Why? For the simple reason that GTA Online was making too much money. Shark cars were selling like the clappers, and from Rockstar's perspective, why spend time and money on single-player DLC when the online was racking in more cash than this complete and utter bint? The term "don't fix what's not broken" comes to mind, and it felt like single player fans just didn't matter anymore, and Rockstar preferred the easier option of just milking the online. But it didn't stop there, and if you're enjoying this video so far, hit that subscribe button because over 90% of you aren't subscribed. It's free, helps the channel, and I'd personally love for you to stick around and join the 5%. Red Dead Redemption 2, my personal favourite game of all time, was neglected in the same exact way as soon as Rockstar realised its older target audience were too smart to spend their nan's dodgy tenors on shitty microtransactions. Therefore, all support for Red Dead Online was dropped just 4 years in, along with no DLC or expansions. Yes, no Undead Nightmare, go play GTA Online, you stinky old peasants. Rockstar did say they were focusing on GTA 6, but let's be honest, that was just to soften the blow. GTA Online was getting about 46 updates on the regular still, and it was clear that Rockstar were far more interested in shark cars and maximising the profit in GTA Online instead of listening to what fans actually wanted. And honestly, that's when a lot of players, including myself, started checking out. And I personally began to hate GTA Online for that exact reason. But here is where things got surprisingly worse. Major and small updates in GTA Online were releasing more often than my dog drags its shit-covered ass on the carpet, which might seem great on the surface, until fans began to notice a suspicious pattern with in-game items. They were getting more and more ridiculously overpriced. I mean, the police cars look pretty affordable, to be fair, only about the price of 2 mansions. I know this game isn't meant to be massively realistic, but there's taking the piss, and then there's taking the royal piss. Now, before the GTA Online veterans try and eat my bollocks, yes, the shark cards are optional, and you don't have to buy items in the game. But let's be real, not everyone has hours and hours to grind just to be able to afford one item, and buying houses and cars, etc. is kind of the point of playing it. We've all seen the various guides across YouTube on how to earn legit money, and it's a massive grind without spending real cash or doing a glitch that might end up getting you banned anyway. And that's the whole point. Rockstar designed it that way, making the grind feel slow and painful, so players are more tempted to just buy shark cards and skip the aneurysm. In fact, Rockstar's CEO even said that shark cards weren't parts of the original plan, and virtual currency was added late in development, which pretty much says it all. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't blame players who pile real money into this game. Some of us just want to enjoy it without spending their entire weekend grinding high submissions that just about earns them enough to afford your nan's shitter. But it's clear that Rockstar's priority had shifted. It's not about fun anymore, it's about squeezing every bit of cash out of the player base. But here's the thing, even if you manage to push through the grind or spunk your life savings on shark cards, there's still one massive problem that ruins the whole experience for a lot of players, including myself. Rockstar actually made a once fully functioning and fun online mode completely flawed, and let me explain why. August 14th, 2018. The Oppressor Mk II made its debut, and honestly, I think this is when GTA Online started to truly fall apart, and would give birth to the utter goblin breed of humans known as griefers. Once you hop into a public lobby, it's only a matter of time before some motherless 12-year-old decides to ruin your peaceful gaming session, thinking they are the utter bollocks with their auto-aim rockets. And we all know, if this was GTA 4 like in the old days, in the buzzard, they'd be made into salami on the pavement. And whoever thought of adding the AC-130 in one of the updates recently needs a serious hiding. What bright spark thought this was a good idea, for Christ's sake? The Oppressor did more damage to this game than Rockstar could have ever anticipated, and it actually made the online mode flawed. Myself and so many players would become so sick of being bastardized to smithereens on the regular, it quickly became normal to play GTA Online in solo or private sessions, and I remember doing this several times back in the day. But here's the thing, what is the point of playing GTA Online by yourself? The whole appeal is giving it large with your stuff, making money, and interacting with other players. If the only way to enjoy this game is by giving motherless pricks the finger by playing solo, something is seriously wrong. But even if griefers and their overpowered to shit vehicles didn't exist, the game has another problem that doesn't really get spoke about much. It's been out for so long that there are thousands of players who either have a modded or glitched account. Therefore, earning money legit or investing real money has a massively reduced appeal, when such a big percentage of the player base have about 800 mil in the bank. There are even websites that literally sell GTA accounts stacked with money, regardless of what platform you're on. And guess what? It's far cheaper than buying shark cards. But here's the stat that really knocked me for 12 and puts the absolute nail in the coffin. Since GTA 5 launched 12 years ago in 2013, Rockstar has only released 2 new games. 2. In the 12 years before GTA 5 came out, they dropped 15 unique titles. 15, and that is just nuts. GTA Online has become so profitable, it's basically stopped Rockstar doing what they are known for, which is making amazing, revolutionary single-player games. Really, it just comes down to balance. They can't keep aiming to satisfy only online players, and the story side is just as important, and that is the main reason I've not even thought to play it for such a long time. And maybe some of you can relate. And look, even with everything said, people still pour money into this, and I don't really blame them, as everyone's got their own reasons, and honestly, I highly doubt many of them have been playing this since launch like a lot of us have. However, GTA 6 is coming. This is their shot to get back to what made their games so special, and I just really hope they've learned from all this. The grind, the shark cards, the oppressor griefers, and the cancelled DLCs. It does not need to be like this again. So if you've made it this far, make sure to drop a comment down below if you do feel the same way as me, or even if you disagree, I would love to know what you think. And to see my honest review of the 69th re-release of GTA 5 but on PC and enhanced, make sure to click the card on screen. You don't want to miss this video. Thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you next time.